the earth would be a better place if people would come out of the closet to themselves. And I mean that because so many people across the world, whether they're in America or the Middle East or wherever, they're plagued with so much. And so they adopt this facade of what the reality of their life should be, not what it actually could be. This trip alone. I get that feeling often. I mean, not because, like we talked earlier, I really enjoy the feeling of what I do. I enjoy the gift, but it's a heavy burden. And so I say it's a gift and a curse because it's an honor to be in this space. I mean, not many people can say they live and they operate in the space that they know is for them. And so the challenge for me is just like, I wake up and I create. And other people buy into it to kind of help move it faster, move it forward. But the challenge comes when people do things for me and not for the bigger vision. Because the bigger vision will not tire them, right? The bigger vision only allows for them to get fed through it. So I have so many people who want to be around me and be a part of what I'm doing, but I always tell them, I say, listen, if you sign up for this just because you want to be around me, if you sign up for this just because you feel like you want to help me, don't do it. Because when I'm ready to quit, you're going to be ready. You're going to quit before I quit, right? I need people who will operate in this space because they see the bigger picture. And that's what keeps me going. The bigger picture that there's almost 7 billion people on Earth, and I haven't even touched a fraction of that. And so there's so much more work to be done. No matter how many accomplishments are received and how many achievements are achieved, there's always more to do. There's always someone out there who I have not reached. There's someone's life who is being still plagued with, someone's life who is still being plagued with the idea that some social issue is affecting their humanity. Continue. At 18, I had a business. I had a business called Trinity Clothing Company and Productions. So we had a vision of creating custom linen clothing and T-shirts and the whole shebang. It got really expensive. And I was like, no, I'm not going to keep doing this. So I shifted my focus into the civic responsibility. So I became more political. I became more around leadership development. You know, I shifted from an entrepreneur's perspective into more of a civil servant, a community organizer, all that. I probably would have figured out more ways to maximize on the network that I was surrounded by because I was in college. And I went to Florida A&M University, and we had 13,000 students at my disposal. That's 13,000 consumers. That's 13,000 talented creatives that I could go through and filter and find someone to design my product, someone who has the institutional knowledge to where can we produce this product, where can we manufacture and production, how do we distribute, whose dad works at some company. Like I didn't look at it like that. I was just looking like, okay, well, we have an idea. We tapped into the creative side of who we are, but unfortunately, we just don't have enough capital to move it forward. And so we moved from that. And I've always had the entrepreneur spirit. Didn't even know that's what it was. The greatest person in life that you'll ever meet is yourself. And the journey to meeting yourself can be the hardest thing in life that will ever happen, because it takes for you to step outside of the box that life has put you in. You know, life puts you in a box, tells you what to do, how to talk, where to wear, how to do this. And so many of us are lucky enough to get outside that box. Once we get out the box, what happens is we kind of put ourselves in our own box. I'm not good enough. I'm not I'm not as accomplished as this person. I see this other person as competition. I don't speak as well. I don't look as well. I'm big. I'm small. We put ourselves in these boxes. But until we meet ourselves, we are not truly free. And the freedom of meeting yourself and having the conversation and saying, you know what, you are talented, you are gifted, you are able, you're capable, this is what you're born with, these are what your skill sets are, this is how you're able to now accomplish these things because it's within you. The gifts are within you, not someone else. Now, it takes a team to build an empire, but you have to maximize on the skill sets of other people. And if people have not identified those skill sets, you can maximize on them. And so my advice is meet yourself. Be confident and comfortable in letting other people operate in their best space. Don't see them as competition. If we're running a race, you may run faster than I am. You're a slender guy. But guess what? If the goal is a mile, I will accomplish that goal because I've set it up. And that's my competition. The goal is my competition, not the person in the race. The goal is the competition, not the people on the other side.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.